Hi, everyone. Welcome to Club Rats. My name is John.
Fernando.
I'm Jesiah.
This is my dad, Ross. We'd like to bring him in for football season, so great time of the year.
He is the expert.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
We're going to start off. We'll recap the college football games from last week. Right on the tube right now, we got Washington Commanders. They're getting beat by the Packers 17-3. It's not looking too good there.
End of the third.
We're getting close.
Missed 2 field goals.
Bunch of field goals missed. How's Parsons been doing in this game? Has he got any
He's
sacks?
got a sack. Yeah.
I saw him get a sack.
So, I mean, the first game I want to talk about, obviously, being a Michigan fan, the Michigan-Oklahoma game. A very depressing game to watch. Michigan didn't look good, really, on any side of the ball. The defense, I thought, played adequate to win a game, but they didn't play their best game. The offensive line was pretty bad. The receivers, horrendous. The tight end, Klein didn't play, so him not playing for us, that's massive. You know, it's almost like we don't have a tight end if he doesn't play.
Yeah.
Haynes looked good. I thought Haynes was the best offensive player by far in the game. He had a 80-yard touchdown run, 75?
Something like that.
He had a big,
yeah.
long run. He's got 4 touchdowns on the year. He's averaging almost 9 yards a carry. He definitely looks like a top 3-second first-round pick at this point. I mean, it's
He'll
hard.
go in the first
They got
round.
what's his 40, and he
He
can't
can-
get hurt.
When he catches the ball,
Yeah.
he can block.
But he certainly looks like an NFL player for sure.
As bad as Michigan played, I thought they should have got beat by more. I thought this isn't impressive for Oklahoma.
But I thought that was more of an
at least they
indictment.
won.
But that
Yeah,
that's to his point though too. Oklahoma.
That's why it was depressing
Yeah,
for
That's
me.
a good team would have beat Michigan by 3, 4, 5
I honestly
touchdowns.
thought
Yeah,
that's what
Oklahoma
would've
won the
happened.
game, not specifically for this reason, but they 100% put more into the game. They ran Mateer 19 times in that
Yeah.
game. We ran Bryce Underwood 1 time. I mean, I don't.
like Michigan's coach.
I can't say fire him now. Obviously,
No.
it's week 2.
Listen.
I'll
I
give
can
him
I
the
can
game.
make this one
But-
short and sweet because we
But
got stuff.
it definitely
to get to
doesn't
here.
look good.
I watched the game live. I looked at the tape 3 times. Michigan doesn't have an offensive line. They don't have any receivers.
And that's Sheroni Moore's.
Um,
He's an offensive line
Their
coach.
corners are terrible. Listen, Sheroni Moore's gone out and hired an offensive coordinator that wants to go 4 or 5 receiver sets, spread. That's not what Michigan does. You could see that in the game. They were fighting over play
They
calling.
don't have an identity.
Moore would run 3 times, get stuffed. Lindsey wants
Called
to
the bubble
spread it out.
screen.
He's talking about running Underwood. Now, Lindsey has done that in the past.
Couple
Lindsey
times.
was Drake May's coordinator at North Carolina. Lindsey worked for Mac Brown. Let me also say this about Lindsey. None of his quarterbacks have ever been prepared for the NFL. You can see this with Drake May now and what's going
Yeah, I
on
wasn't
with him.
impressed with May.
And Mac Brown Mac Brown runs the same sort of offensive system that Dumbo does at Clemson. You saw Deshaun Watson. They're not ready for the league.
Is it Dabo?
It's one.
It's Dabo.
I call him Dumbo though. It's one look. It's one look, and then if it's not there, run.
Yeah.
Trevor, you look at the way Trevor Lawrence struggles.
Same thing.
That's why, right there, because you can't do that in the NFL.
No, you can't.
So, Sheroni Moore, if I was the athletic director at Michigan, I would have fired him right after that game. And I think Michigan's in a really bad place. They've got a guy who wasn't ready to be head coach. The only reason they hired him was because Jim Harbaugh came in and said, that's the guy.
Yeah.
Well, tell me what the hell Jim Harbaugh knows about hiring coaches. So I don't, especially head coaches that have never coached before. So I don't see with Michigan, you can sit there and talk about it. They looked exactly in that game to me like they looked last year.
It
Now,
feels this
well,
this
well,
feels like
they can't beat a ranked team.
if you're a
they
Michigan,
still get to play Ohio
They can't win
State,
on
so
the
don't
road.
say that. And we
True.
don't. When
You're
Ryan Day gets to pull his magic there, because he's another one. I'm not big on him. We can go through these
well, no,
guys.
they still beat who's probably going to get fired too. They beat DeBoer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could beat other
Oh
bad
yes,
coaches.
yeah, no. And now
But-
I will say this: the difference is though that Michigan team was committed to the run.
Yeah.
And so you had Mullins at running back, the Marshall kid at running back, even Donovan Edwards contributed here and there. I don't know is this Michigan
I gotta
team.
say, like,
I don't think they've been
if
prepared
Haynes-
to run the ball.
If Haynes was on last year's team, he
They
could
could
have
have been. It
effective.
could have been a difference back. But even John Ross
Especially
last
with
year.
They have no identity.
And see-
Simple as that.
Sheroni Moore isn't supposed to be an offensive line coach.
It's
That
the worst part of the
offensive
offense.
line
It's supposed
is
to be receiver.
horrible, just horrible. But he's not. He shouldn't be a head coach. That's just so. I mean, Most of these guys in college.
He's right now.
Like I can't stand watching college football.
My biggest thing with Sharoni Moore though, he's 10-6,
Yeah.
and
He can't win on the road.
on the road he has one victory.
But that's
now,
all
it
coaching.
was at Ohio State.
That's
but
all
we
coaching.
lost at Indiana last year. We lost at Illinois. We lost at
Washington.
Washington.
They're
And if you
gonna
look
lose.
at those teams, they weren't like unbelievably
They're
great
gonna
teams.
lose to
Same as this
Nebraska.
Oklahoma game.
They're going to
It's
lose to
not-
Nebraska. They're going
not
to
really a
lose
great
to
team.
SC.
I think
They're gonna lose
Nebraska's
to
going to
SC.
beat them. I don't know if they. I don't
Oh,
think,
that game.
Michigan wins that
they have
game-
no chance in that game.
No, he said Nebraska.
Oh, they'll lose to Nebraska too.
I don't know.
they're
They
going
on
to get beat by
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
People are. Well, John and I did talk about this game.
I think they could lose.
Maybe
to
Listen,
weeks,
I
months
know-
ago.
I think they could.
We both had this game circled that they wouldn't beat Oklahoma.
What's the
I agree. We did not have. A
Yeah,
win.
what's the
I
idiot's
had it as a
name in
loss.
Nebraska? Their head coach. I always call him Vern Rule, Matt Rule, whatever the hell his name is.
Matt Rule.
He's another idiot there, and he almost blew his opener.
against Cincy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have.
Could Moore beat Matt Rule? But see, here's what have you done? What have you really done? Winning that
To
game.
me, though,
I mean,
if
come
Michigan
on.
goes into that game and plays the exact same way they did against
They
Oklahoma,
will. What's going
I-
to change?
I think they're going to probably lose.
John Ross, they've been playing.
Or
this-
if
you
they
said
win-
Sharoni Moore's 10-6 every game
if
he's
they
had.
win-
They played this
I don't
way.
even think they looked great against New Mexico.
No.
And New
Just
Mexico
saying.
has nothing.
He's right about the Haynes kid. See, the Haynes kid can break one, and when he gets loose, that's there. He's
Well, the
got a
reason
little
why-
bit of an
the
extra
reason why-
gear,
Getting into it with
but they don't have.
The reason
anything
why I was
outside that
impressed-
offense.
100%. But the reason why I was impressed in Haynes, when he gets the ball, I mean,
makes
they're
it
not
happen.
blocking,
And
so
okay,
that's impressive. when
Okay,
you
so
score
what
like
they
that
should
still.
do then is give the ball 30 times to Haynes, pound him,
Get him.
let him go. Haynes is getting like
Oh, damn.
16 touches.
He got blocked.
Haynes isn't getting any touches. So all this hubbub about Oklahoma, I know everybody's crowned them. I don't see them, and I sure as hell don't see Michigan.
Yeah.
But I really don't see anybody in
honestly,
college football
the
right now.
Michigan Oklahoma game it was a different game than the Texas Ohio State game. But after watching it, I was kind of like, neither one of these teams is going to win they're not national championship contenders.
No.
That's what I thought.
Well, it's only we've only seen week one, week
And
two.
that's you can't
It's still
overreact.
early.
But see,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think with Sharoni Moore, this is the 16th game. And see, because of him, I've watched. It's not just watching the game. I watch the tape. I
Oh, yeah.
look at everything. It's just they're doing the same shit they did
Yeah.
last year with him. There's nothing that's changed. And now you got this dynamic, and we saw that Jim Harbaugh hired a speed and space guy. Remember the kid from Alabama,
Yeah.
Gaddis? That didn't
Josh
work.
Gaddis, yeah.
Yeah, because Harbaugh wanted to run the ball, play action pass, and
His
Gaddis
last
would
year, they did
spread
win
him
the
out.
Big Ten, but it felt like it was despite Gaddis.
Yeah, well,
All right, so next team though, I want to bring up Iowa State and Iowa. That was a great game.
Was that in Ames?
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it was at Iowa State.
Iowa State made a 54-yarder.
That's the first
To
time
win
in
the
5
game.
years the home
They
team
won
won the
it.
game.
Yeah.
So the reason why I want to bring this game up is because everyone obviously highlighted Ohio State and Texas being this some type of spectacular game, and then going into it, watching it, it was a shit game. And then in hindsight, they're all saying, "Oh, it's because they're two good defenses." But it was a shit game because in this game, it was two good defenses playing against each other. But that game was entertaining. Iowa and Iowa State all the way through from
You
beginning
say
to end.
that, Josiah, but see, I look at, now this is not so much the defense. And I actually played with the defensive coordinator that Iowa has, Phil
Yeah.
Parker.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I know Fast Phil.
I didn't.
I could tell some
I actually
stories
didn't know
about
that.
him, but
That's
I'm not
crazy.
going to do that. He's a bad guy. That's all I'm going
Okay.
to say about him. Or at least what I saw him do was. But listen, they play the old Pittsburghs. They play the same defense Michigan State played. It's
Yeah.
that stunt
In the
4-3,
80s.
Papa
40
Perlas.
years ago.
Papa Perlas.
Get the
Iowa-
context. Yeah, nobody knows what
Touchdown
you're talking about.
command.
Oh yeah, I'm a 64-year-old
Yeah.
man, so this is a long
This
time.
isn't
ago.
like Nick Saban.
Yeah.
This is the 80s.
Nick Saban was on the coaching staff. That's right. But listen,
This game's not over yet. Commanders just scored a touchdown.
if Josiah, the game, I guess you know why it would be more entertaining because you don't go in with the expectations. See, like the media has us. Arch Manning's going to come out.
And
This
be-
is John
and be
Elway.
like the next
He's
coming of
John
Christ.
Elway. He's Tom Brady. And what do we see? Arch looks more like some biology pre-med major than he does look like a number one pick in the draft.
I thought you looked like a Best Buy employee.
Yeah. And then even Julian Sand and his pop gun arm, and
God.
we got Ryan Day and his genius, and that's Matt Patricia. When have we last seen Matt Patricia? Matt Patricia somehow found a way to take the Philadelphia Eagles defense, who Vic Fangio stepped in with and won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
When Matt Patricia had them, they couldn't stop a girls' team. This is what I mean about this college stuff. The media plays it up like we're watching all this. It's bullshit. And it's like I was talking to you about the boxing stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pay to watch Mike Tyson go out and wave around. I can go to an old people's home and watch some old guy try to get out of bed, and it's bullshit. I don't understand why people pay money for that stuff. I wouldn't do it, and I don't understand. I get people are fans of their colleges, and we all, but I just don't. With the football, unless it's quality, I'm getting to the point where I can't be bothered
the
with
problem
this
with the
stuff.
college, because these guys are getting paid, they have to. These commentators and pundits get up there and say these guys have to be good. But the truth is, they're just.
Money's
Just
got nothing
you
to
got
do
paid
with
doesn't
being
mean you're going to be a
I
good
mean, look at
footballer.
the
Money's got
UCLA
nothing to do with
quarterback.
being
He's
good.
god
Nothing.
awful.
Yeah.
I mean, it can buy you talent. Does Oregon have more talent than Oklahoma State? Yes,
Yeah.
because they spent $40 million.
So what-
But you still
Let's
have
get
to
back
hit-
on topic though. But what do you think Oklahoma and Michigan? What do you think their records will be to finish the season?
But like Fernando said,
7-5.
yeah,
7-5,
6 and 6, 7 and
8-4,
5,
maybe.
8.
I kind of
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
And with Oklahoma, just keep in mind schedule. That schedule, things could go off the
Michigan,
rail there with Oklahoma.
Michigan, they're favored in every game except Ohio State.
Michigan has a soft schedule,
So-
but more can't.
I don't
win
think
road-
they're good though.
More can't win road games, so that's Michigan's problem.
Yeah, they're-
And the other thing with Oklahoma is this Mateer
I don't know
kid.
what NC State Wake Forest is going on. right now.
Mateer turns
Yeah,
the
that
ball
NC
over.
State.
He's always done that. He turned the ball over at Washington
He
State.
should have had more turnovers.
He had a pick against
Yeah.
Michigan. Should have been 2 picks. The kid dropped the other one. Michigan's offense wouldn't have done anything with either one. I think they got a field goal out of the 1 pick they got. Mateer, he needs to clean up his act against these SEC
Yeah,
defenses.
it's
So
totally different.
we'll see what happens. I wouldn't be getting ready to get the trophy polish out
Fern, what
for Oklahoma or
game from last week did you want to go into? College football.
I wanted to get into that one. Another one, maybe Troy and Clemson.
Yeah, that's why.
That for a moment was like an upset alert.
Troy was up 16-0.
Yeah, I was like, they're going to win this
Clemson was
game.
favored by 3 touchdowns.
or at
Had
least
like
3.
21?
At least 3, and probably should have been more. But and I refer to him as Dumbo. I know as Dabu, whatever. I used to, when Jimbo was at Texas A&M, I
Dumbo.
called him Dimbo and Dumbo because they
Yeah.
both are the same way. Listen, that offense Clemson runs, it's a bullshit type offense. We've seen that quarterback.
Klubnik
at
doesn't
Clemson.
look great.
No,
I mean,
he
he's
never
not.
has looked
He's-
great.
he's
I mean, come
overrated.
on.
Clemson was favored by 29.5.
Yeah, as I said, yeah,
And they were up
4
6
touchdowns
and-
would have been a
and
better
Troy
number.
was up 16-0. We went on a 3-way call and we were like, "This is upset of the week."
Now-
They ended up pulling it out, and that's
Now,
what matters.
let
at
me
the end of the
say,
day.
They did
'cause
win the game.
I'm
They
being
did win.
negative here. Clemson was coming off the LSU
Yeah.
game. It was a tough loss for them against LSU. They're college kids. They didn't get up for the game. The big thing, they still did win the
Yeah,
game.
they
Yeah.
came back.
But,
They shut it down in the second
Like
you-
half.
right now, we were talking about it in week 0. As bad as UNLV looked in that game,
No, they won.
they beat Idaho. They won that game.
And that's what matters.
That's huge. They're
Yeah.
3-0 right now.
Yeah, they beat UCLA.
So,
That was another good game.
but
UCLA
I think
was-
Yeah.
Jesiah was telling me earlier, Clemson's got Georgia Tech this week.
Yeah, 3.5 point favorites on the road.
I'm going to take a look at Georgia Tech.
I like Georgia
today.
Tech over Clemson.
Yeah.
What about
Clemson
you,
is-
Jesiah? What?
Well, I brought up Iowa State, the Clemson game I
Yeah.
want to bring up
South
too.
Florida.
Yeah.
What do you think of the South Florida? You seem to like that quarterback.
Dude,
What's
that
his name?
quarterback Brown, he's a beast, dude. I actually think they're gonna.
Would they
cover
beat
against
Florida
Miami.
16-14?
Yeah, 16-14.
So again, I'm not
Swamp.
being mean here,
In the
but a
Swamp.
beast quarterback just put up 16 points.
Yeah.
Because to me, a beast in college is 30,
It was
40,
18,
50,
16.
18, 16. And Florida, supposedly Florida. Let me say this about
Yeah,
South
he was.
Florida.
He was 23 for 36, 263 yards and a touchdown.
Okay, that's a nice game.
He's on the
And
road.
we
He's
won
in
the
the
game,
swamp.
and it was against
I
Florida.
think you're being a little too
we won the game.
ridiculous.
Let me just say
you
this
go on
about.
the road and win at Florida.
Let me.
It's not. Easy
It's a
to
nice
do.
win.
It's a nice win.
That's what I'm saying. It's a
But
nice
look
win.
at this Florida team. What were they last year? 6-6, 7-5.
Well,
Their coach is
that's-
going to
that's why I
get
wanna-
fired.
yeah,
Their
bring up about
quarterback,
Clemson. I think
what's his
Clemson
name? Legley,
is
he's
And Brown
hurt.
ran for 66 yards.
No, the
So he had
Brown
300
kid.
yards of offense.
I'll
That's
take a. Do
pretty
you,
good.
do you have a size on Brown? I'll take a look at him in terms of his NFL prospect.
6'3", 231.
Okay, so I got to look at the kid, but
I noticed him against. We watched the Boise State game. They called a penalty on the play, but he broke like 4 tackles and ran.
let me ask you this: if South Florida had, and I know they have,
But yeah, your negative bullshit you're bringing right now. They have to play Miami. So if they lose by 30,
how good is Miami?
no, but still, if they win
Miami's
that game,
pretty good right now.
it still is a big win.
Even what?
Notre Dame couldn't beat them.
Miami's pretty good right now.
If they go
Did
in
you
there,
watch the Notre Dame
if
game?
they, but
Hey, but they
they
won.
didn't beat them.
They won.
They won. But did you
But
see?
that's what
Did you
matters.
see the pass that the kid threw?
I mean, they were the underdog picking that one.
This is my
they were
my
plus
point.
3. They were
This,
plus
and I
3,
made
and they
this
ended up still
point.
winning that
I
game.
made this point last year, and I told John Ross. I don't know if you guys want me talking about college football because I see what's going on and people don't want to hear it. You got the SEC,
Well, no,
you
it's
got the
awful.
Big Ten, you got the SEC, you got the Big Ten. The rest of these conferences are bullshit.
Yeah.
And you
There's
take
a
that
big
South,
drop-off,
you
I
take
agree.
that South Florida team, and you put them in the SEC or even the Big Ten, they're going to lose 4, 5, 6 games. That's what
They
they're going to do.
Probably
Now,
will though.
Hell,
Win.
you could take Clemson and put them in the SEC
They'll
or
be
the Big
6.
Ten, and they're going to lose 3, 4, 5 games.
I mean, right now though, you have to make USF the favorite to win the American Conference.
Yeah.
The
they're the
guy,
favorite.
who's the guy at Iowa State? What's his name? Dan Campbell.
Campbell, but
Yeah,
it's not.
Matt Campbell.
Matt Campbell.
Matt Campbell.
Iowa State to me is intriguing.
See, they're one team.
They
you
do
don't-
play a certain way, and like Jesiah said, they're good defensively. I could see them in the Big Ten. I'm not saying they'd win
See,
that
I was
conference,
impressed with
but they
Iowa
could
State.
beat Ohio State.
You're getting
or
negative
Penn
that
State.
game, but I thought Iowa State kind of beat Iowa at their game.
Yeah,
That's
but-
hard to do.
But
Yeah,
the-
one's
the-
a throwing team, one's
It's
a running
hard to do.
team. Yeah.
but playing Iowa's way isn't.
No,
gonna
I
win you a
understand.
National
But
championship.
that quarterback Gronkowski,
Yeah.
he was.
Couldn't. I think he threw for 80 yards.
He's a bruiser, dude.
But so everybody
Is he
wants
related
to.
to Gronk?
No.
No, okay.
Everybody wants to
No.
take these college teams and I mean, you guys are going on about Notre Dame. Notre Dame loses to Texas A&M this
It's
weekend.
almost a must-win at this point.
And and I watched that Notre Dame
Oh.
Miami game. I've looked at the tape. Carson Beck
Pick him.
was bailed
I don't
so
like
many
Beck.
ways
Yeah,
in that
I'm
game.
not a fan of Beck either, but Miami, even though they were at home, they were the underdogs against Dame, and they
Yeah,
still
but
found
you
out a way
guys,
to win
okay,
that
the
game.
Brown kid looks like he can play. We know what Beck is.
Yeah.
If Beck goes in that game and turns it over a couple times, is anybody going to be shocked if South Florida?
don't
Of
think
course
so.
not. But
And
but
South
Beck did
Florida-
enough to win, and he
And
looked-
South Florida right now is in the catbird seat to get the playoff spot. They could be the group of 5. But what I'm coming at is, because this is all I ever look at, what do we? They're not going to win the national championship. It's not going to happen.
I agree.
It's not going to. So
Yeah.
to me, I don't. And I have no respect for teams like
South-
Miami, Clemson. You know, when I look at the ACC, these are the games
It's a
I'm going to
joke.
be going on.
South Florida's plus 17.5 against Miami.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm taking a shot
I like
at South
South
Florida. It's
Florida.
probably not that bad. of a
Florida
bet.
State doesn't look bad so far.
They did look physical against Bama.
Yeah.
You know, and it seems to be the way
Who'd they
that
play
coach
last
go.
week?
Some no-name team.
Yeah, it was
I didn't even notice.
they blew somebody out. But their coach has had one good year and then one
Fernando.
bad year, yeah. And he's due for his good one now, so maybe. And he beat DeBoer in that game.
Do you guys think Mike Gundy with Oklahoma State is going to get probably fired after
Who
this
do you
year?
get
Oh,
to
there's no
replace
doubt
him?
about it.
there's a good chance.
Yeah, no,
I
there's no
wish I
doubt
could
about
bet
it.
on that.
You guys know he took a big pay cut to come back this year. They
Yeah,
cut his
I know.
pay down to nothing to come. No, he's done. He's a dead man.
The other thing I want to bring up, because we didn't get your side of this a few weeks ago, speaking of Texas
Yeah.
earlier, Arch Manning.
Oh.
He looked better again.
Yeah, what's your analysis? of
lesser
Arch Manning?
competition, but they
This
they
is
took
what I
care of
said about the
business.
kid when he came out of high school. You got to understand, the high school league he played in was an unbelievably low level.
It looked like he was playing against
It-
children.
I watched
and he
It
was-
almost in some states, and I'm surprised they found a place for him in Louisiana because that's a football place. But like in Texas or Florida, it almost looked like junior high ball.
It
Yeah.
was
What
bad.
he was playing.
He was
the
like
kid.
running and like
He was using
he would
his
just
legs.
like push the guy down and like
Yeah.
they couldn't. I'm not kidding.
Well,
they
he
couldn't
was about
play.
6'3", 190.
Yeah, it was.
and
it
he was always the biggest
It looked
guy
like he was
on the
playing
field.
against like kids.
Yeah,
But
children
Like
let me say, I still
playing
think
against Similac.
I
kids.
still
Yeah,
think Arch
I mean, it was-
Manning. I still think Arch Manning could become a really good quarterback.
you think so?
Would it shock me if he ended up getting drafted in the first round? I can't say I'd sit there and be stunned. But when I look at the total picture, and again, I started with him in high school, something I don't think people are talking enough about. He's already been at Texas for 2 years.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that Ohio, and going into the game, I was actually kind of looking at Texas to win that game.
Yeah, I thought
I
so.
bet Texas.
No, if you looked at Arch Manning's tape against Mississippi State last year, and Mississippi State last year was terrible, but he beat Mississippi State 31-10.
Yeah.
He threw for 250. He ran in the game. You know, the thing with Manning is, and where he
they
comes
can't
from,
stop a run.
and I don't know what.
That's what the Lions should have did against him. Run the ball. We got Goff throwing 50 times.
Well, it's because he's a play action quarterback, which we'll get to NFL in a second. Sorry to cut you off, Ross.
No.
But yeah.
Is Washington running on Green Bay?
No, Green Bay's running on Washington. They get 5, 6, 7, 8 yards every time they run.
I love Jalen Daniels, but Washington doesn't have the personnel around him.
Manning probably doesn't come out this year.
No. He won't. No. And don't go into that 4 touchdowns and 5 throws or whatever it was against Sam Houston State or San Jose. That's all BS. That's the other thing I hate about this college is these games.
Yes.
Ohio State playing Grambling State. That game should never happen.
Like why did Ohio State and Grambling play?
But
Penn State's playing FIU.
Arch Manning is going to have to
Penn State runs up to score every chance they get. Fuck Penn State.
Arch Manning is going to have to do a lot of work. And the thing about him is there's nothing physically about him that stands out. The big arm isn't there.
His arm's already hurting. You see, he throws it, he grimaces.
But see,
There's
when
something up
I
with his
talk
shoulder.
about physical limitations, when you don't see the arm, when you don't have the size, when you don't run a 4.5 40, look at Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Look at Lamar Jackson. Look at Patrick Mahomes. Look at Joe Burrow.
J.J. McCarthy.
I'm not big on McCarthy, and I've said that. Well, McCarthy gave you 3 quarters, and then he didn't even get hot in the 4th quarter. We're the NFL. I've got because that's really my favorite stuff to talk about.
Yeah,
we got some good ones there.
In a second.
But Arch, this idea of him just being the number 1 pick and the greatest thing, John Elway, Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning. I never have seen it with the kid. And we'll see what they do.
Which
in the
quarterback
SEC.
are you a fan of right now?
I was
John,
big.
you like Sellers? Me and
Yeah.
Fernando like Nussmeier.
I don't like Nussmeier at all. I was on Sellers, but then I looked at some tape of Sellers in that Virginia Tech game.
Great.
No, he doesn't have any pocket presence, John Ross. Big arm, big athlete. Sellers 6'4".
Can they coach that to him?
It's 241. Well, no, this is what I was saying. Somebody was getting on me the other day. See, people, when you do this football stuff like I do, I don't care really about the positive stuff. What are the kids' negatives? Because it's those negatives that are going to get you beat, that are going to stop you from winning the championship. The Sellers kid, he doesn't have a pocket presence. I said the same thing about Trevor Lawrence. Is he getting coached at South Carolina to develop that?
Maybe.
No, he's not.
coaching
No,
Beamer.
he's not.
Beamer.
Beamer's kid is defense, special teams. What they're doing with Sellers, they're kind of putting him out there.
I'm kind of surprised.
One read. If it's not there, make a play.
I'm kind of surprised. That's what they did with Mike Vick, though.
What?
That's what his dad did with Mike Vick.
But it's what they did with Trevor Lawrence.
Now,
it's what they
Sellers
did with Deshaun Watson.
but
I can go on and on.
No, but Vick was able
Vince,
to pick it up.
Young.
But yeah, Mike Vick was able to pick it up.
To a certain degree, working with Andy Reid
Yeah.
and NFL people. But even with Mike Vick, he struggled with that. Did Mike Vick ever win a Super Bowl?
No.
So this is when I look at this.
Back to the question though, which
Sellers
do you
kid,
like?
I still would go with him just because of the physical attributes. And I've changed on this.
Besides Sellers, who would you go with?
See, I'm not high on
Aller sucks.
No. I don't like him. And you guys go on about Nussmeier. Nussmeier's very physically limited. Turns the ball
He's
over.
a backup type.
No, Nussmeier's going to go in the first round. So's the kid from Clemson. They'll be first round draft.
Caleb
pick.
Williams went in the first round. He's
He
probably
went-
going to
no,
back up
pick
4 or
one.
5 years.
Most
He's gonna
NFL
pick
quarterbacks bust out.
He's probably gonna be a
They
backup.
bust all the time. You're asking
What about
me.
Beck? He's not a
No,
first
I'm not
round
taking
guy.
Beck. Beck was driving around with a Lamborghini at
Yeah.
Georgia. Plus, he has his physical traits.
Hey, I don't
are
trust the guys driving in Georgia.
No, you can't.
No. Well, but I don't know. We'll see what Beck does with Miami. You guys are right. He could lose to South
Who's
Florida.
the USC
I'm not going to
quarterback?
put the.
Because they're scoring points.
He was a freshman.
No.
year.
They didn't they just switch at SC?
That was
No. It was
Marbella.
Colorado. I'm getting him confused with Colorado.
Yeah.
No, Fernando, it's my
They
bad.
put in their third
He had 4
stringer.
touchdowns against Georgia
against
Southern.
nobody. SC hasn't played anybody.
even though it's nobody,
SC's going to
they
beat
still have to
Michigan.
show
They
up.
will beat Michigan in
They
that
still
game.
gotta show
Sorry,
up.
but some of these
But
games,
but
like,
see,
Oh, I know.
it'd be like the Celtics playing like
A G League team.
Auburn.
just a college team. They're gonna kill. Like it's a different level. You can't compare. SC.
See, I've changed with these quarterbacks, and the
SC's got what's SC's pay? What do they think they're paying? 20 million to 10 million?
Oh no, they paid. SC paid.
I mean, Georgia Southern's not paying.
Oh no, Georgia Southern doesn't even have $1 million payroll.
USC's got $1 million tight end.
Yeah, no, the tight end, that Bowman kid.
Now they throw him the ball.
I'm calling Bowman. He's the same. He could be the same thing as the Bowers kid that the Raiders have.
You think so?
Oh no, the kid's talent. No, he's a little smaller than Bowers. Bowers did weigh 240. This kid we're talking about only weighs about 220. But he runs routes. He gets open. He's got good hands.
So
Now I don't know if Lincoln Riley will screw him up because Lincoln Riley never uses the tight end in his offense. But Josiah, getting back to your quarterback question.
Yeah, I was just curious.
Josh Allen has changed my mind on this because you talk about the ultimate physical. Josh Allen's 6'6", 250, can throw the ball 100 yards. He comes into the league in his first year. He can't even hit 60%. He completed 59% of his passes. He's turning the ball over left and right. He wasn't accurate in college, but look at how the kid has developed.
Yeah.
So with this Sellers kid, and this is if I was doing the workup on him with an NFL team, what is his mental makeup?
What grade is he in too?
I think he's a junior now.
So
Who?
Sellers, I think he's a
I
junior.
thought he was a sophomore.
He may be a sophomore.
see, if he's a sophomore, he's got time.
Yeah, he's going to come
I
back.
honestly don't know.
But
He
if
just turned 20.
so he's a kid. See, this Sellers kid, I'm not going to turn my back on him on a pocket presence because all the physical in the Virginia Tech game, he did throw a 70, 60-yard touchdown.
Oh, so it is year 3.
Yeah, so yeah, he's a
He's a
third-year
junior.
sophomore. So they redshirted him, and now the kid has the physical traits. I don't know what his mental makeup is. I've never
So you
talked to
like
the
him more
kid.
than
Just turned
Levitt?
20.
But as far as Nussmeier,
Levitt.
for Arizona State.
okay, yeah. Well, you saw Levitt
He's got
again.
wheels.
You saw Levitt against Mississippi State there. That's what you got there. No, and
how do you
keep
see-
in mind, all these guys we're talking about, they're all probably going to go
How
in
do
the
you
first
way in
round.
the game?
We
How do-
also saw him play Texas last year, though.
No.
Pretty
Well, but that's Steve Sarkisian.
I'm good.
See, I don't put the game unless it's a big time SEC game or a big time Big Ten game. Like okay, I
Texas
wasn't
is an
going to bring
SEC
this up
team,
because
yeah.
I don't want to start an argument.
Texas
with
is
it.
an SEC team.
They are now.
No, but last year when
But
Arizona
it's been
State
in the
place
league
to be an
2
argument.
years.
No, but
But-
I mean,
no,
they got,
listen-
yeah, how
listen.
many guys they have drafted? I mean, Texas has talent.
Listen,
Their problem is
I don't
coaching.
know about that. Listen,
Texas doesn't have any talent. Okay,
no, they have talent, but not the way. It's not Nick Saban type of talent.
compared to
you're talking
ASU, they have more talent than ASU.
about. Probably, although Levitt and the running back that ASU had, ASU's got. That's another thing people need to understand about college.
I actually played Scatterboo in 2K
The
today.
talent is all spread out now. It has become
doubt.
more
No doubt.
That's why
ubiquitous. So
That's why Saban wanted out.
yeah, well, Saban got out because he wasn't the only one paying guys,
Yeah.
and Nick Saban was a decent coach, good coach technically, but all these quarterbacks, they're just I don't know. I don't really see anybody there that jumps up. Now, what you got to look at in the NFL, who takes the guy, how they coach him, what they do with him.
Yeah, if it goes to the
Buffalo's
Browns,
done
it's
a
fine.
wonderful job with Josh Allen. They
Yeah.
really have. Chicago's done a terrible
Leather-
job with
Leather-
Caleb Williams.
Look at his stats.
No, yeah, he played bad.
He was terrible.
Washington's done a great job with Jalen Daniels. The Packers have done a good job with Jordan Love. So it depends. Who's your head coach? What's your
Yes,
philosophy
that
about
matters.
building your
If
team?
if Sellers goes to like,
I can be negative
Cleveland.
what would
about
be the
Yeah.
worst place for Sellers to go? Cleveland.
Cleveland,
Cleveland would be a bad place.
Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina's bad. I would have said the Raiders, but we've made significant improvements. I'm not sold on New England. I think they're in the process
They're
of
not gonna
possibly.
draft him, though.
Well, they're going to ruin
Maybe.
Drake May.
Maybe the Jets is bad.
That's not
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Fields.
Justin-
No, Justin Fields.
He did look good.
They
Fields looked
toasted.
good.
They
He's
toasted
mobile, though.
Pittsburgh.
Well, I guess Sellers.
People got see Aaron Rodgers
He
4
threw the ball,
touchdown
though.
passes that covered
I was shocked
everything
to
up.
see- I was
Pittsburgh.
shocked.
That's the worst defensive game
It
I've
was
seen
awful.
the
They were
Steelers.
bad.
I haven't seen
and
him play
Ramsey-
defense
Pittsburgh
like that.
should have lost that game.
No,
Yeah.
and Ramsey.
They should've lost that
I
game.
know he got the game-winning stop to end the game, but Ramsey was getting beat all throughout the game. I'm watching the game the
Yeah,
whole time.
well, he's old.
But anyway,
Ramsey's
we'll-
really more of a
yeah.
safety. He's not a corner
But anyway,
anymore.
we'll get to that.
Yeah. I don't like any of these quarterbacks. The Sellers kid is a kid, and I'm going to look at this Brown kid just because of what you said. If he's 6'3", 230,
I don't know if Brown
then we've got some physical
Right.
traits.
throwing. I mean, his numbers look okay. But
I am not going to sit here because a kid beat Boise State in Florida and I'm not anointing
Well, no,
anybody.
I think the Miami game is huge for him.
I'm not even gonna. I mean, it'll be a very
No,
nice
but-
win, and it'll be great.
But
for
what,
Florida.
regardless of
I
what,
don't think Miami's very good.
regardless
That's
of
just my
what
own
we say,
personal
though,
opinion.
the books have made it a 17-point line. If they win that game,
Yeah,
that's a
so
massive
it's-
win. That's a big upset.
Yeah.
Speaking of that,
Point spread.
where are some other games we want to highlight coming up this week? Like, Fair, do you have
We
any
don't-
upset picks?
We don't want to. There's
Yeah,
no
I
other
have-
games we're
I
talking
think
about.
Tennessee
No.
can
Okay.
beat Georgia. Tennessee's at
I like
home.
Tennessee too.
Yeah, it's
Tennessee's a
it-
3.5
+4.
point dog. There we go. Touchdown. That's game.
Oh, one game
Are
I
they
did-
Drop it?
What did you guys think of Belichick getting his first win against Charlotte?
It was
Ah,
against
it's a
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
At
What
least
did
he
you
won.
think? What did you think of Bill
Hey,
Belichick
it's-
against TCU?
We talked about that disaster.
No,
Hey,
I mean,
but
look.
at least he won the game, and
Under the
he
disaster.
covered
Let
the
me
line.
tell you. Let me tell you what the
He actually
NFL
covered, which
scouts
is
are
what
saying
we-
about Bill
which is
Belichick
what
because
we
he's
highlighted.
locked out all the NFL people.
Well, no,
The
no.
scouts are-
No. He's only blocked out the
Yeah,
Patriots.
listen, you want to hear what the Patriots guy said? Well, no, but he makes access hard for even the ones he's letting in.
Why is he doing that?
Well, here's what the scouting
Seems
community
so,
is saying.
stupid.
They don't. North Carolina doesn't have anybody
Yeah.
anyway. All they are is 6th, 7th round undrafted
Yeah,
free agent.
There's no first round.
And he
pick.
said what Belichick is doing, we won't sign the kid as an undrafted free
No,
agent
he's
because
hurting
we're not
that
gonna-
guy's
we're not
career.
going to be able to do any
But
work
if I
on
was
the
on
kid
the
because you
team-
won't let us talk
No,
to
but
him.
Dad, if I was on the team and I was
Yeah.
like a later pick,
No.
I'd be pissed.
Belichick
That's not right.
is gone. And hey, they beat Charlotte. Hey.
Well, that's like a must. If you can't win that game, you got nothing.
Yeah,
you
but-
have to win that game.
But
And Bill did say, like, we're not as bad as that.
yeah,
oh,
TCU
you're
loss.
never as bad as your worst game, and you're never look as good at how your great game. You know, you're always somewhere in
But-
between.
So the line was 13.5 that game, and he covered. We highlighted that last week, and that was
North
the best
Carolina
attack.
is not very good. I
Oh,
will
I
be
know.
watching when they play Dumbo at Clemson. That's going to be humorous. The ACC game, the ACC game that I want to watch though.
Dumbo.
Bill O'Brien coaches at Boston College,
Yeah.
and when he plays Belichick, that's going to be a
That's
hoop.
they're
Boston
they
College's
coach
defense
in the
is
NFL.
terrible. Boston College's defense is terrible. I watched him against Michigan State.
They
But
should
that's
have won
gonna-
that game.
They should have, but they couldn't get a stop. And that Childs kid from Michigan State looked improved to me. He didn't turn the ball over. But I think Boston College defense is
Yeah,
really
that was a
bad.
game. I have to give something to Michigan State. They did. It was kind of a must win, and they did win the game.
No, they won in double,
They needed
triple
to win.
overtime on a 2-point conversion.
The other team couldn't
They won
get the
again.
2-point conversion. Michigan State
Does
got it.
does Michigan State play Ohio State this year?
I don't know what this new goofy Big Ten, but
Yeah, I'm to the point with college football. It's just
I hate
if
college.
the games were really that good, I'd be more into it. But they've watered the talent down. There is no great team. I know everybody wants
true.
to anoint Ohio State, Texas, Georgia. They want to
I will
talk about
say,
all these
like,
teams.
That's true.
I don't think like there's no like Saban Bama team.
And I don't believe
There's
there
no
ever will be again.
There's no like
No.
Burrow LSU
No.
team.
And also with them expanding the
Even-
like,
Even
college playoffs,
yeah,
like you could lose 3-4 times
Yeah.
and
And
still make it.
my prediction is I doubt very seriously there'll be an undefeated
Even-
team in the college playoff. Ohio State's got a shot at it. Can they beat Michigan? I think that's a big question.
They play
I
Penn State.
more I'm thinking about it, I think they're going to get it done this year.
I mean they should.
and that might be Sharoney's final.
Farewell.
Yeah, because if he's sitting there 5-5 or 5-6, and
But
gets
yeah,
blown
it
out
wouldn't
in that
shock
game.
Me if Ryan
oh
Day
no,
found a way to
oh
lose that
no,
game.
I trust Ryan Day.
He's
No,
had
no,
better
no,
teams lose to
Yeah, no,
lose.
yeah,
I
no,
thought they missed that.
it could happen.
Okay,
But
Jesiah,
Ohio's
so let's preview week 3 of college football, right?
Yeah, exactly. So another game I want to highlight. Speaking of sellers, they're playing Vanderbilt. It's a
Good game.
It's a
3.5
game.
point spread. That's an interesting game.
Where's that game at?
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
That kid for Vanderbilt, their quarterback, he's not really a top pro prospect.
Oh, but college
Daniel
can
Collins.
He
play.
competes though.
He can play in college,
competes,
yeah.
and they'll compete.
But anyway, yeah. So that's the game I want to highlight. Seeing sellers against Vanderbilt, like I said, 3-point line. The one that you said fair.
Georgia, Tennessee.
Georgia and
That's a
Tennessee.
great game.
And
4-point game.
Knoxville.
That
Who do you guys think's going to win the Georgia Tennessee game?
I'm gonna
I
take.
pick Tennessee. as
I
an
think
underdog.
Tennessee as
I
well.
don't. I mean,
That
all in Tennessee.
no, but the
Anytime anybody, we all pick all 4.
see
we lose every
here's
time.
another one we
So
didn't
that's a
mention
loser.
from this last week. Georgia was not lights out against their cupcake.
Who they play?
I forget now, but I was looking
Yeah,
at
they
tape.
barely won.
I was looking at their tape.
14-6.
Their Stocker, the quarterback for
I don't like him.
No, he did not play well in that game. Tennessee can win that game.
Yeah.
The kid that's playing quarterback for
It's
Tennessee,
much better than
I want to
last
say he's from UCLA.
Georgia only
He switched places with the kid that's at UCLA
awful.
now. That kid at UCLA
Georgia
now.
beat Austin P 28-6.
Yeah,
That's
and the Georgia quarterback did things with his legs in that
he
game,
only had 151
Gunner
yards. And he had a pick.
Stockton.
and he did not
Yeah,
throw
no
the
touchdown
ball
passes,
well,
yeah.
and he's not throwing the ball well. Tennessee
Sorry,
can
that was
win.
the other quarterback.
Tennessee can
He had
win.
227,
He-
26 for 34, but no touchdowns.
Tennessee can win that game
Yeah.
against Georgia. They can do that.
Another main pick I have is Georgia or North Texas at Washington State. I think that game's going to go over 57 points.
See, I don't know about what game was that? North Texas,
North
Washington.
Texas and Washington State.
Now you know
Denton,
Washington
Texas.
State, Mateer, and the offensive coordinator for Oklahoma.
They
Now.
went- yeah.
So has Washington State replaced all that?
Yeah, I mean they have.
They got-
decent,
who's their
they have
quarterback?
decent talent. They got, I think it's a guy from Idaho State, Idaho. Or
Oh, so
something
they went
last year.
down to the
Or maybe Montana State.
Yeah.
They transferred over.
Montana State looked good against Oregon last year
What do you guys
or
think
the
of
year
the
before.
Yeah.
Alabama-Wisconsin game?
I'll go. I think Alabama's going to.
That's an interesting
21
game.
and a half.
Alabama needs to win that game. Wisconsin
Well,
is
that's also what we
really
said week one. We were like, Bama has to win week one, and they got their ass.
I think
beat.
Bama's going to kill them.
no. But if Alabama
Yeah,
loses to
Wisconsin
Wisconsin,
looks so bad.
DeBoer is in
Wisconsin's
really
bad.
trouble. Yeah.
I think LSU Florida is a good game.
I will say, if Alabama,
Yeah.
if DeBoer, what'd you say?
LSU Florida.
I want to watch that game.
Me too.
I want to watch that game.
Yeah,
Which
it's
one?
only
Florida
6.5.
comes to LSU.
Yeah.
The line's 6.5, so it
It's a
should be a good game.
Florida's got to win that
It
game.
opened at 9.5. Vandy, South
You
Carolina.
think Florida's going to go in and beat LSU?
No, they have to win that game. I'm not saying they're going to win the game. I'm saying if they lose that game. See, Florida's in a position now with their head coach. Any game they lose, he could be fired right after the game. So if they go in there and
I
lose
think
that game,
DeBoer's not far off.
well, I don't.
He's not.
Who?
If they lose to Wisconsin, I think he's
See, you
done.
guys are saying that, but I've heard two numbers.
They do.
No, there's two numbers with
You are
DeBoer.
right. They owe $70 billion.
60, well, 70 is one number, and I've heard 60.
It's a
But if
big amount of
DeBoer
money.
loses to Wisconsin,
That's
they're going to be the warpath is
He's
going to
out.
be.
the problem.
See, I think
Alabama-
Bama's going to beat Wisconsin.
I do too.
And
The problem-
I actually think Luke Feckel has got a chance to get fired
he should probably get close.
at. And you guys were talking about Klein,
Mm-hmm.
and I mentioned Matt Campbell.
Yeah.
See, I think if Feckel gets fired, I think one of those Big 12 guys
Will
is
go
going to
get
slide
fired.
into Wisconsin. Yeah.
Because Wisconsin's not.
If
You can win there. If
I
you're the
don't
right
know
coach.
what Feckel did, why he got away from running the
It's
ball,
weird.
big
He's-
offensive line.
for
He
where-
went spread too. And
What I
they
want to say
did
about
shit.
Fickle, his background.
You wouldn't have
from
thought he
Ohio
was
State,
going to do that.
I don't understand that. It's
That's
strange.
like Michigan with Rich
kinda
Rod,
turned on
John
his-
Ross.
on his
I never
own.
would have thought it would have happened, but
John,
it did.
is there any games you want to highlight?
Yeah.
Yeah, with some teams you like. What's
Obviously,
your take?
I think the biggest game of the week is Texas Notre Dame.
Yeah, 100%.
That's my game. That's the one I'm going to be watching.
I think
Yeah.
We gotta see if Arch could beat real talent.
no Texas
Texas A&M.
Texas
Texas
A&M.
A&M.
Oh, my bad. I thought you said
Um,
Texas.
Notre Dame, if they lose, you can't say they're eliminated, but they're pretty
They
bad
have to run the
close.
table.
Yeah,
They have to
and
win
that's
out.
And I also would say how they lose. If it's a
Correct.
field goal loss
they
and
still
they run
alive,
the table, they're
but they
in.
still be 0-2.
They
is
lose by
bad,
2-3 touchdowns, and
You're
then you
probably
may
right.
be
You're especially at home.
But the reason I'm into that game,
Notre Dame, I am going to bet Notre Dame in that game. They're laying 6.5. I'm going to take Notre Dame.
the reason I'm into that game is because I want to see Josh Freeman, Lloyd Carr's grandson. See, I wasn't that impressed with Lloyd Carr's
he
grandson
looked
against
bad.
He didn't
Miami.
impress me.
And one thing I'll tell you about Texas A&M, they're going to play defense. Now,
They have the coach from Duke.
yeah. Now Notre Dame went in there last year and
beat
beat
them
all.
Texas
Pretty
A&M.
They had a
handily,
better
right?
team.
They did.
They had a
They
better
beat him by a field goal or whatever it was. It was a close game.
That quarterback at Notre Dame last year, he
Riley
wasn't
Leonard.
amazing, but he was
He
solid.
could run the ball.
He was
You know,
a solid player.
I can't think of that kid's name, but he's going to make it in the NFL
Riley
as a
Leonard.
Riley
backup.
Leonard.
Yeah, he's going to make it as a backup, and there's a chance he becomes a starter. He did some good stuff in the preseason. I was looking at his tape.
I like
That
Riley
kid,
Leonard.
who the hell somebody took him in the 6th, 7th.
Indiana.
Yeah, that kid. I don't know if he's ever going to be a starter. He's a good guy to have on your football
I'm
team.
gonna-
A backup
yeah,
gives your
he's a
defense a
gamer.
good look.
Another game I'm going to
Good
bet.
kid to have around.
I'm going to take Georgia Tech against Clemson. I think they pulled off.
No, I
upset
like
at
Georgia
home.
Tech too.
I
I
got
like
I-
Georgia
I
Tech
think
too.
Clemson is this year's FSU.
So write that
I-
down. We're all on Georgia Tech. Bet Clemson.
And this one, well, no, but this one too.
I'm not
Candy.
convinced on Clemson.
Far be it for
I'm not-
me.
I'm done.
Far be it for me to watch a Dumbo special. But
How you feeling?
if you're
Fernando?
having trouble,
He
if
just
you're
blows
having
Achilles
trouble
out?
with Troy,
Is that Daniels?
That's Eckler. He's tore his meniscus.
Oh, I thought it was Daniel.
who was that?
Eckler.
Eckler. He's
Oh, the running. He was hurt going into the game. I'm surprised he even
He
played.
tore his Achilles. Right
Oh,
now.
he's done. Well, but he was hurt. There was questions.
No, he's fine.
No,
I mean, he's not fine, but
Looks like Tatum. They're carrying him off.
You
the
won't
field.
see him
he's
again.
not shooting the free throw.
He's an
USF
old
is a
man,
game,
too.
South Florida. I don't know if we talked about
South
that.
Florida,
but-
Miami.
I'm sorry, South Florida, Miami. That's another interesting.
Now, let
game.
me ask you this: if
Miami's
South
favored by
Florida
17
beats
points.
That's a lot of
Miami,
points. I'm going to take the 17.
because I
I
know
like the 17.
South Florida's going to win the national
Plus
championship.
17, obviously.
But what about Cristobal at
I think
Miami? If he
Cristobal
loses to South Florida,
Nah.
see, this is what I like with these games because you've got these guys.
That
I mean,
are
come
on the verge of getting fired.
There's
It's fun.
no way in hell with the payroll Miami has they should ever lose to South Florida.
No.
And you go into that game, you're playing at the U, and you blow that game. I don't know what would be your other than a big buyout like you have with DeBoer at Alabama.
This game's
Why
not
would
over. Still a chance?
Green Bay is going to be a real problem this year?
What do you think of Pitt, West Virginia? Let me just say this:
Rivalry game
Rich Rodriguez last week,
Wow.
he's
Ohio.
back at West Virginia, lost to Ohio.
at
bad
Ohio,
loss.
by the way. That
So
game
that's-
was in Athens.
Now, Ohio Bobcats go to Ohio State. The last time that matchup happened, the Ohio Bobcats, their mascot, anytime he goes to Ann Arbor, they should buy him a beer because he beat up Buckeye Brutus, the mascot. No, he
Doesn't
chased him
Ohio
down
State-
and punched him.
Ohio State
It was
plays
amazing.
Ohio State
He just
plays
jumped him before the game
Ohio
started.
this week.
That's this week, yeah.
Yeah.
So that could happen again.
It's fun.
No,
Brutus was
Ohio's
Buckeye.
not beating Ohio State.
I know, I'm joking.
Ohio State will put
What's
up
Ohio State
40
favorite
or
by
50.
100?
Yeah,
I think
you
it's
may
like
not
30
get
and
a
a half or
line
something.
on
Now,
that
Michigan
game.
State's got a big game against Youngstown State. The battle of the Mark
They'll
Antonios, Jim
be-
Tressels.
they're gonna be-
SC's at Purdue.
Oh, I want to talk about that game, but I forgot about it. That's a great game. In terms of Purdue is getting 20 at home.
Yep.
I think SC is going to win the game. God
No,
damn.
Odoms will have Purdue ready.
But I think Purdue's going to give them a game.
I think so. too.
And that's
I'm just not a big Lincoln Riley game, so that's another one.
It's a
I gotta
big
look
trip.
at. He'll be struggling.
you know,
with that
SC's
one
going
there.
to fly into West Lafayette. I think it's an early game. It's an early game.
What do you think of that Tulane Duke?
That's a
game?
12:30 game. So that's a 9:30 kick on the West Coast. time
That's
for
going to be a
USC.
close game. Duke's got to take care of the football. Everybody's going on about that Illinois Duke game because Illinois won like 45 to whatever.
Targeting.
It was close until the
No,
end.
they call it holdings.
Illinois had
They call a
5
lot
or
of
6
holds.
turnovers. They fumbled
Yeah.
a punt. They were throwing picks. I mean, don't get me wrong. Illinois, like if Illinois had to play Michigan, they're beating Michigan.
Certainly in
They-
Illinois.
They may give Ohio State a game.
I
So
hope
don't get me wrong about Illinois, but they didn't blow
This is kind
Duke
of an
off the
interesting
field.
game. Minnesota versus
Oh,
Cal.
and just a sideline on Duke. You know how much
It's kinda
Duke is
cool, yeah.
paying their quarterback?
Yeah, like $5 million.
No,
or
$8
something.
million.
Yes.
And I love that.
Duke is
Person-
paying their quarterback.
$8 million.
He's
And
the
per-
highest
who is
paid
he?
player in college
I can't
football.
pronounce his last name.
Is he good?
He's
He
not
was
that
he was
good.
okay at a
Jesus.
lower D1
$8 million.
mid-level program, but personnel people
That's
are
more
like,
than Cooper Flag.
we think Duke overpaid
100%.
for the kid.
No.
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
college
yeah, I mean-
football is a joke. It really is. What's going on? You got a bunch of people who don't know what they're doing. They're kids. We don't know. You can't
No.
sit there. Oh, just let me just say this because it comes up right now. These are the top 4 quarterbacks in the NFL, and this is just my opinion. You
His
guys
little
may
paper.
disagree. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow.
Yes.
You know what they got all in common? You know what Josh Allen was coming out of high school? A 0 star. 0. You know what Lamar Jackson was coming out of school?
3.
Number 3, he was the 409th player
3-star.
in the country.
So-
3-star. Louisville was really the only school that wanted him big time. Patrick Mahomes, 3-star, 389. Arguably the best
So what
player.
you're saying is you want your quarterback to be hungry.
Now, let me say this.
No,
though.
but what I'm saying
be
is,
hungry.
what I'm saying
Lamar
is,
Jackson was from Florida, right?
I believe so.
And
Yeah, he's from.
Mahomes is from Texas.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how many,
Josh Allen is from North Dakota.
yeah, well, that's why.
Wyoming,
No, but what
whatever.
I'm saying though, I don't know how many times I've seen a 3-star kid come from Texas or Florida, and the guy's amazing.
The fourth,
It does happen.
the 4th guy was Joe Burrow, who was a 4-star
four-star from
and was the
Ohio.
number 210 player in the country.
I think
but 210 for Joe Burrow. Also with Joe
I kind
Burrow,
of blame Urban Meyer.
the
though, for
genius Urban Meyer
Yes.
had Joe Burrow for 2 or 3 years, and Urban's assessment was he wasn't the best quarterback in the quarterback room at Ohio State. So all I'm trying to make about these quarterbacks, all these 5-star kids coming out of high school and stuff, high 4 stars, most of them, there's only 8 quarterbacks that start in the NFL that were true 5 stars.
They're all pretty marginal.
And you listen to these: Trevor Lawrence, Caleb Williams, Justin Fields. Now here's one, and everybody forgets about this, and he's almost too old. Matthew Stafford was a
He was a
5-star,
Stafford,
and
sure.
Matthew Stafford delivers. You know, I know we're going to talk about the NFL,
Yeah.
but I love watching Sean McVay and Stafford and that group. Spencer Rattler.
Wow.
5 stars starts for the Saints.
I hate Rattler. I think Rattler's garbage.
No, but I'm Kyler Murray, 5-star.
Wow.
So when you see these guys coming out, these high-ranked 5 stars, everybody, and I'll even throw Quinn Ewers was the #1 pick. Now I just said I think Nebraska's going to beat Michigan, and I do. But Dominic Riola's kid,
He's the #1.
he was the #1 guy.
Yeah.
He's done nothing so far to light it up. Arch Manning
dresses
hasn't
like
done any.
Mahomes,
So please, people, with these high school kids, I know we want the kid. I know we want the kid to do well. I want the kids to do well. But the truth is, most of them aren't going to make it. It's way overblown.
What about this game? Not a great game, but kind of interesting. Colorado versus Houston.
I might go Colorado.
Colorado is starting a new
Houston's
kid
4.5.
at quarterback.
The
I
third
can't think of
stringer.
what his name
The
is.
third string guy.
He actually came in and played well, though.
And he's a former highly
Yeah.
regarded guy. So I don't, well, when we get, I know Jesiah was all over
New Mexico.
Travis Hunter, and we had people with Shadir Sanders, and I'll
Oh
make
no,
my,
I wasn't.
I'll make
I
my
wasn't
comment.
crazy about Hunter. I wasn't crazy about him.
well, you when the trade was made, you felt Hunter was going to be, and he still
I
he
thought
still
it was
yet
a
he still
reach.
yet may be.
I thought it was a reach.
Well,
Like, he gave us so much.
he still yet may be, but his first, 5 receptions for 30 yards, and I think he had 6 snaps on defense.
Oh, look,
I-
McCaffrey. He went to
Yeah.
Rice, right?
How much time's left?
253. It's over.
Yeah.
Okay, what about New Mexico, UCLA? UCLA is minus 14.5.
I'll take
bad
New
football
Mexico.
UCLA is a
Mexico
mess
in that.
right now.
I
So
like New
it's
Mexico.
I like New Mexico too.
It's in the Rose Bowl.
But be careful, John Ross, because the reason you like Mexico is they showed
No,
a little bit
I
against
like Mexico.
Michigan. But I think the bigger
Mexico's
thing
a
there
joke.
is UCLA is just in disarray.
Yeah,
UCLA, I don't know if UCLA can beat anybody right now.
No, I do want to.
That's really sad.
sad.
Oh, that's another coach, the running back coach at UCLA. He's on borrowed time.
Who does Utah
What?
play for?
I'm not sure, but I'm just saying their quarterback is really good. He played at New Mexico last year.
Dampier?
Dampier, the
Utah.
Utah quarterback.
Utah.
now.
Oh yeah, Utah could win. They're going to be
Yeah.
in that Big 12 conversation.
100%.
A team we didn't highlight or talk about yet. UNLV is probably going to win the Mountain West. They're 3-0 right now.
Them or Boise.
I can't say.
Well, when they beat Boise State,
Yeah.
Josiah, I
They're
will
looking good.
step in.
They-
No,
they're-
no,
They're
no.
they're-
taking care of business.
The win over UCLA is huge. Although, as I just stated, and
I agree, though.
I don't know if UCLA can be a girls' team right
Yeah.
now. To be
UNLV
honest with you,
they
but
don't
I mean,
have
for
a
them to be
quarterback.
3-0, you take it.
Exactly.
You can't
oh,
complain. You can't
there's
complain.
without
My
a
whole
doubt,
life,
without a doubt.
besides last season.
And let me
UNLV's
say
been
let me
awful.
say this about UNLV too. It's been a complete change.
They don't play. They have a
Odom-
bye this week.
Yeah.
Odom was
Yeah,
a
that's why
defensive.
I just wanna
Odom was a
highlight that.
defensive coach, run the ball. Mullins is a spread guy.
Okay, Utah's at Wyoming.
Utah's
Utah's 23.5.
Utah should
would
cover.
yeah.
Kansas State, Arizona,
That's a shitty game.
1.5. K State. Oregon at Northwestern, 28.5. Oregon.
No, Oregon.
Oregon's going to win big.
Oklahoma.
Oh, Northwestern's thinking about firing their coach. Oregon's going
really?
to win. Yeah, Oregon's Braun's his name. I was just reading that.
Yeah, his first year. Did they
Oklahoma.
make a bowl game?
Here's the problem. Northwestern's invested a bunch in their stadium. They're building a new
yeah,
stadium.
nice.
No, but Northwestern's looked terrible so far.
Yeah.
See, you guys need to understand this now. Now, DeBoer may be safe
Oh.
because they've got him $70 million, but there's money on these
Now-
games now. These alumni are paying money. They're not going to sit there and watch you get your ass
Yeah,
kicked.
as you're the most.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, you're the most positive Michigan fan I know. What do you want to see? This is the coaching debut of Biff Poggi. He's the interim head coach for week 3 and week 4. What do you want to see out of Michigan this week against Central Michigan?
The only thing that I can say about Michigan at
Michigan's
this
favored
point,
by 28.5.
I would like to see Michigan win that game by at least 3 touchdowns and control the game. I actually think there's a chance Central makes this a lot closer than what people think. That Central Michigan team went out and played San Jose State the first week of the season. And they beat They beat them. They beat San Jose 16-14. Now, Central the next week got their ass kicked
45-17
by Pitt. Pitt kicked Central's ass.
Yeah.
Do I think Central's any good? No. But I just think Michigan's in a really bad place. You got to understand with Michigan, on that team right now, the guy that gets all the money is Underwood. And you got a locker room. Like you saw Haynes and Underwood fighting on the sideline.
That wasn't good.
Haynes don't get paid like Underwood, and Haynes is producing. He's had 3 big runs. You can make a case on that Michigan offense. Haynes is about all we've had so far. Yeah, but the Maryland coach talked about this. He lost his locker room last year because guys that were producing weren't making the money.
Talking about coaches getting fired, he's probably close.
Maryland?
That's huge.
Chip, or not, the Maryland coach.
I don't know about that because on Maryland, the admins seem to understand the locker room dynamics.
Penn State's got a big game against Villanova. Does Penn State play anybody?
No, they got the cupcake.
I mean, Jesus.
They got the cupcakes.
Okay, Oregon State at Texas Tech. You've been really high on Texas
I'm
Tech
going
this
Texas Tech to roll.
23.5.
I think Texas Tech has struggled so far, haven't they?
No, they've been blowing everybody
They've blown everybody out. Well, we'll see against Oregon State.
They've been like 48-point favorites.
Texas Tech is another team. They didn't invest in the high school recruits. They went out and bought all transfer portal. It is cheaper to go in the portal. They got their team for $27 million. Yeah,
like
a little cheaper to go.
Like Haynes, I think is only getting $500,000 for Michigan.
Yeah,
he's not getting millions.
And also, transfer portal guys. It's more like free agency.
Okay,
in the
Iowa
NFL.
State's at Arkansas State. 21.5.
I'll go Iowa State.
Iowa State will win the game. I don't know if it's going to be by 21.
North Carolina gets Richmond.
Richwood.
They're probably
Richmond.
North Carolina's probably going to win that game. Texas plays UTEP.
Green Bay won.
Another big game for
No,
Arch
it's
Manning.
2 minutes left, 9-point game.
I mean, it's over. But
If
Yeah, if it's a
Kamara's
two-score game.
Yeah, but Kamara's have the ball right now.
Arkansas, Ole Miss for
I'll go
SEC.
Ole Miss.
Oh, that's a good
card.
game.
That's a
I was
solid
going to
game.
ask about Ole Miss. That's a good game.
It's at Ole Miss.
Now, speaking of quarterbacks, Arkansas's got a kid. And again, I'm speaking strictly physical traits. This kid's like 6'5". He's got a gun.
he wasn't there last
He
year.
can run. No, he actually was there
Was
last
it
year.
Green?
But no, it's not him. But again, he doesn't have the pocket presence and all.
Yeah.
These great athletes, you got to coach them. But thanks to what Buffalo's done with Josh Allen, and to a lesser extent what Bobby Petrino and the Ravens have done with Lamar Jackson, I am now more. I will look at a guy. Well, like you take that Joe Milton with the Cowboys. You look at his physical traits. I can see why somebody keeps giving the kid a
He
shot.
always could be a backup.
Yeah, but he's
he
so
can.
physically gifted. You want to say if this guy ever gets his head out of his ass,
Then he could
you
play.
could have a really
Okay,
good quarterback.
Last
here.
game of college here, Minnesota, Cal.
I'm going
It's at
Minnesota.
Cal. It's a big game for Minnesota.
Minnesota
Line's
supposedly
2.5.
Minnesota supposedly has a hot shot at quarterback.
Who'd you guys pick?
Cal's been a bit of a
Minnesota.
disaster. I'd go with Minnesota.
Cal's 2-0.
Yeah, but I'd go with
I
Minnesota.
kind of like Cal.
Or wait a second, I'm getting Cal confused with Stanford.
Stanford's a disaster.
Stanford's a
Awful.
disaster. Yeah, Stanford's got a mess going. I don't even know who's going to coach Stanford. I don't know what's going to happen there.
All right, so I think that pretty much wraps it up for college, unless anybody has anything else. Any other team? I think we pretty. I mean, I'll give my piece on Michigan, Central Michigan. I don't think you can take anything away from it. I mean, obviously, if they look bad.
Well, but if
Look at
Michigan,
my take.
if-
If they look bad, that's even more of a red flag.
yeah, no, if they look bad or lose
But if
the
they
game,
win 50-0, it doesn't mean anything either.
it
I
has a
don't
little
look at
bit
those
more
games. I mean, it's
significance.
obviously you want to win.
Now,
50,
let me tell you what this is like, John Ross. When Michigan came out last year in that Northwestern game, and I think they won 50-3. I remember thinking about that
That's
game.
true.
No, we ran the ball. We
The way we looked,
looked,
it's
we
the best
looked
we looked all year,
organized,
yeah.
and we played as a
Now,
team.
okay, let me ask you
That's
this.
what I want to see
If-
against Central.
What do you do if you're Michigan and these next two games the team looks better with Biff Poggi.
Now that part I don't think means much. I don't think that means anything.
I'm not saying make him the head coach, but how does that make Sharon?
And I've already said I think Nebraska's going to beat Michigan at
What
Nebraska.
if he wins that game though?
If Poggi wins it, it'll be a nice win. I'll certainly be happy about that. But I don't think it. Did you watch Nebraska against?
No, they weren't. We watched the game.
Yeah.
Beating.
It was.
See, to me, if Michigan was any
They
good,
should've-
they should go in and beat Nebraska by
quarterback
2
forced it.
touchdowns. Riola's easy to confuse.
Yeah.
Nebraska still chokes. They almost choked that game
They
away.
could've- they could've
They
lost.
should have lost that game. They don't. Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up, right?
Yeah.
We're going to be here every week for our football takes, for our bets. Keep tuning in, guys. I'm Jesiah.
I'm John.
Ross.
We got Ross, special guest, and maybe you could come back later on. Anyway, we're the Club Rats. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.